Belmont, okay.
Yes, yes, showing us.
I feel like there's been so many more Belmonts and Richters coming out to the scene, especially because of like Nitro, T3 Dome, all those players, and we're seeing a lot more representation of this character. And Mewtwo, a character that we don't even get to see that often for Smash Ultimate. Super rare.
Yeah, he's got some interesting combos and setups, and Wino is gonna show us what he knows.
Like, I actually don't know that much about Mewtwo in this game, which is going to be really nice to watch that match and kind of just watch, because I know he did get he got a lot of buffs in the latest patch. He got tons of buffs.
But yeah, he got some much needed hurtbox adjustment, actually, which is really important because Mewtwo players, as many other big
the tail,
players,
huh?
Yes, the tail.
Oh yeah, that's so unfortunate. That tail just extending his hurtbox and just creating almost like two characters in one.
And I like Wino's use of side B, but he needs to use it on the cross. He's using it to stall in the air and kind of mix up his timing, but he needs to actually just dead on reflect those projectiles.
Yeah, that's going to be super important too for Mewtwo to use his reflector in this matchup as well. It'll be super vital actually in this matchup. But it's such a unique matchup, and I don't think I've ever seen this in the game. So it's going to be really unique and not going to connect that F smash. Kind of slight out of the spacing there. Kind of unfortunate, especially because Holy Fire, that's such a good tool for Richter.
Wow, and Solstaren's usage of down angle forward air actually allowing him to safely net a stock on Wino. Wino going for a ledge trap here. Oh, and that really, really aggressive forward air is actually going to work out in Solstaren's favor, pushing Wino back to the ledge.
Okay, gonna try to read the get up. Doing it again, actually, opting for the get up with the fair there and not gonna read it this time. Nor is definitely gonna have to adjust and keep that in mind. When at the ledge here, we're not gonna see it again. I like the mix up coming out from Sol.
Uh-oh, Solstaren has got Wino on close to death here. Mewtwo being a very, very light character, although in the Pokédex being registered as heavier than Charizard, which is quite interesting. Yeah, he's looking at death percent to Holy Fire F Smash, which is a common Belmont setup with the ledge.
Yeah, the cross gonna connect there, setting him up at a pretty scary angle there, but
Holy
Sol...
Fire F Smash? Yeah, that could have killed like 30-40% ago.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's the Belmont special,
It's definitely, they love to get that set up right at the ledge there and opt for F smash, F tilt, something at the ledge. It's not even that laggy. That's the thing. It has those options and tools from Richter, they have so much range and they cover a lot. So it's really hard when you're off stage. Okay, nice though, closing out the first stock there with a back air coming out from Wino.
Wow, yeah, and see, the usage of side B here is going to greatly improve Wino's chances of even coming close, because shutting down Belmont's projectile gameplay is the key to forcing them to play defensively. And when you have a Belmont player playing defensively, that's when the ball's in your game.
Yeah, that's definitely where it becomes a lot harder. You're going to have that zoner, typical zoner character matchup, and you're going to have a really hard time to get in like we're seeing here. As soon as he's throwing out a projectile, Wino wants to get in, close that gap, but then Sol's just throwing out a fair.
He died at 80.
Yeah.
He was at 80% before the F smash hit. So,
Richter's pretty crazy.
No, he's a very light character, that Mewtwo.
Yeah, it's definitely... There's this game, a lot of people talk about Smash Ultimate definitely kind of catering more to the zoner characters, because a lot of time people just don't know how to get in safely against zoner characters. They have a hard time.
Getting in on, we still struggle getting in on Link sometimes.
Yeah, no, it's hard. I definitely, you kind of have to change up your whole gameplay, and it's all about adapting at that point. And that's super vital, especially when we're seeing it all the time in this game, and it kind of forces you to play differently than you're used to be playing.
So right now, on Wino's counter pick on Battlefield, let's see how this helps Mewtwo. And I am not a Mewtwo main, so I can't say what combos he gets more so than...
Same, I was I'm not really familiar with what he's looking for here, especially because we just don't see him ever. I think this is my first Mewtwo.
Huh? I haven't seen him go for A Nairs, which is a really good combo starter for Mewtwo.
Yeah, actually that's a really good point. Usually that's kind of his jump-in aerial, that is super, it covers actually a lot of range. It has a big hitbox.
At low percents, many Mewtwo players who are kind of well-versed in the character, they'll fall within there, kind of like how Wino did there, but like, they'll land on their opponent and go for an up tilt, and it'll allow you to get a grab at low percents or even another up tilt or a jab if you want.
I like the use of the F tilt, using that tail, disjointed tail to his advantage there. That's also a really nice thing. We were talking about what is it called? The Morningstar Whip? Is that what it's called? I believe. Yeah, that covers so much reach, but as well with Mewtwo's tail, that also covers a wide margin as well. So I like the tilts coming out from him, but actually, Solstaren gonna close out the first stock already, and I feel
Finally, I was so good to see him reflect that axe because that axe, when it's reflected, it can kill incredibly early. Like, I mean, it's strong enough as it is, but you know, obviously reflected.
Reflected back, yeah, does extra punch for sure.
Okay, so Sol got his opponent off stage. Let's see what kind of just 101 new fundamental Smash play are we gonna see here.
I like the patience though coming out from Wino too. It's really important. You got to recognize that you don't always have to rush down on these characters.
Absolutely, because sometimes they're hoping you go in and they have a punish waiting for you.
Like his fair that he keeps on throwing out. So I like the adaptation coming out from Wino. Really nice to see. Not too bad at a deficit here, but needs to start thinking of something, a way to close out this first stock, opting for the F tilt. I feel like he's not going for killing options right now.
No, he's playing ultra safe because he doesn't want to give Mewtwo room to punish with any kill.
No, I mean Wino that was a punish opportunity and he opted for F tilt there.
Ooh,
so I feel like he's having a hard time.
For our boy Wino. Sol's kind of got him on the ropes right now. Oh, did that jump get caught? No. Wino. Well, that was actually great defense for 1 second. He shielded everything, got a grab. Oh,
okay, yeah, not gonna be enough.
Make it back. Oh.
Yeah, that vertical recovery, that is the downside to the Belmonts.
Oh my god, quite unfortunate. Just for shooting Shadow Ball, Aristo, did you see that? He tried to up me back to the stage and his recovery got stuffed out by Sol. Oh my god, this is not a good look for Wino.
Yeah, this is really rough here. It's gonna be really hard to make this comeback here, and I just feel like Wino is being he's kind of respecting his opponent a little too much here.
Yes, I mean, he's respecting his opponents at times where he needs to punish, and then he goes off stage when he doesn't need to, which is quite just quite a conundrum to put yourself in. And okay, yeah, so he's going for center stage, which is probably the better option there. Back throw, good option. I would agree with that. And Solstaren right now, I mean, he's sitting comfy. Look at that, full space back air.
Yeah, that's gonna be enough to close it out. That kills so early, despite how it looks. But that was a bit too low there. Yeah, no, that was a wrap. Nevertheless, so always like seeing different characters being brought out to tournaments, seeing that character representation. I honestly feel like that was my first Mewtwo that I've seen in a bracket tournament. Actually,
I don't see Mewtwo very often either, so I mean, it's good to see unique characters. So I love it when Nintendo shows up and when Kira Flack show up when they play Pit.
Oh yeah.
Duck Hunt.
And they get results. That's what it's all about. This game, in Japan too, that A tier, there was that Piranha Plant that ended up getting second place, and that's just like people are baffled by that. It's like sometimes it's not always about the character. It's about how you play them, how to utilize everything they have, their tool sets, and how understanding matchups and your opponent who you're going up against. So that's super vital. And I feel like obviously coming out to these events and just practicing, it's very critical for self-growth and all that good stuff. So
absolutely.